layers, the black woman is God. Before, I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come in? Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So a father would be unnatural. That's just something to compete with the woman.
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural.
Slice the cell, and by slicing the cells within the us, our black and our goddesses, us, our black and our goddesses, us, our black and our goddesses, he removed the mitochondria and discovered two germs, or black and the brown germ, and he spliced those germs and discovered by getting to the nucleus that there were 48 different variations of the shade black, 16 shades of black, 16 different shades of brown, and 16 different shades of yellow that exist inside the mitochondrial DNA, which is inside the nucleus and the membrane that's inside our cells.
Let me clarify, or excuse me, clarify. In other words, I'd probably teach. Man, that is to say prostitution pertaining to the content, you understand, of the argument. I myself have eminentized my liquidation, therefore, ergo, i.e., that is the instigation, which is excessive cleavage, shall we say.
The reason why, you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could.
Right.
You know,
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a male. So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years old, man. So
okay, so you
could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension. You don't have no comprehension in what I'm saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it. What do you mean? No. I don't understand what you. Then you go to the next question.
Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted. And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough testosterone, but I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? The point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman and then life grows from that. Women bring about life.
How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed is not a fucking tadpole with a tail. That's not a seed. Avocado seed or whatever the case may be. Now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? My father gave me what all males are females before they turn into a male based off the decision of the mother. Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female.
I think that the man is just stronger than a woman. Do you
God
ever
damn,
just think
bro.
that the man is
Nigga on
just
some
stronger
hoe
than a
shit.
woman
This
and
nigga
more
on some hoe
superior than a
shit, man.
woman?
You's a bitch, nigga. On
Did
my
you ever
mama,
think
you a
that?
bitch. Fuck
Say
wrong
that to
with
my
you, bro?
face, man. You
I
welcome
said
here. I
you's a
have you
bitch,
on.
nigga.
I
I
have
don't
you
give a
on.
fuck where you
I
at,
have
nigga.
you
I don't
on,
give a
bro.
fuck. Smash the shit out your
Listen,
pussy ass.
actually, here's what entirely different
Bro, you
story.
can tell
It's a
everybody in the
entirely
room can
different
see you
story.
a bitch, man. Everybody in the room can
Okay,
see you a
man.
little hoe, bro.
Now
You
you're
came to
making ad
play.
hominems. No one made ad
You ain't come to
hominems
have no
about you. This
motherfucker.
nigga looking like a
You ain't
fake Drake
come.
over here, man. This nigga looking sweet as cheese. How you over here trying to act hard when you get your eyebrows done every day? This nigga looking sweet. This nigga sweet as pie with that little chain on.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rucha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, all of you believers and fellow believers of this truth, and shalom to the elect. Okay, so anyway, I saw this video, and I got into the video. I think he titled it "Male Feminist" or something, coming at him, and his male feminist threatened him. And I never looked at that word like that. But the only reason why I'm going into this video, because this man, the Drake lookalike that he said, Drake that arches his eyebrows, he went into Jeremiah 44, and he went into the Egypt and the various kingdoms, even like today, that upholds the woman, right? And he doesn't believe in the Bible, right? He doesn't believe what we teach, but he'll pull that out of the Bible as justification. So then he says the matriarch was taken over by the patriarch, and the weaker vessel was taken over by the stronger vessel. And then he said, I think he was listening to that brother Reggie. Do you know those guys and this guy that follow Yaqub? You know that Islam, I'm talking about the black American Islam, not the Islam in the Middle East, because they don't follow that, but the black American Islam, they all are bugged the hell out, man, right? They all have that kind of doctrine amongst them. They believe in different things. Even these black-only Israelites, when you look at their chart, their 12 tribe chart just basically says Rachel and Leah. So they are like matriarch worshiping, so to speak. So we can see that woman worship has gone way out of control, especially when it comes to our people. Now, Steve Bilko, who was the founder of the Black Conscious Community, which he wasn't really technically against white people. He was really trying to get rights, like a Martin Luther King, so to speak. And then it evolved to what you see today. Now, he went to the Roman Catholic Church, and they educated him. And that all comes from the Roman Catholics of the worship of the Virgin Mary. So we can see that this black queen worship, and then once they found out the Virgin Mary was a so-called black woman, that's when they started upholding the black woman as God. That's where it all comes from. It's a Roman Catholic doctrine, pretty much. Just like Islam, just like this new Christianity, all of these has spawned out of Roman Catholic influence. That's where it all comes from. And then they brought on their own scientific facts about, or beliefs about a man's scrotum is sewn up and it is penis is elongated clitoris. Now, why couldn't it be vice versa? Why couldn't the testicles represented, why couldn't the ovaries represented the testicles or the clitoris represented the penis? You know, and I'll read some comments, but let's go to Genesis 2. We're going to show you that the women don't even agree with this, man. This is sick. This man needs care, right? He needs to be in an institution. You can see it. I don't know if something happened with this man. You know, he might have been touched by some, you know, an aunt or some of the woman influence or a man. I don't know. But something's clearly wrong, or they're just bugged out. Anyway, Genesis 2:18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone, right? I will make him a helpmeet for him. Now, how is a God gets, you know, when it's time for sexual intercourse, the man is the ones that the perpetrator and making sure, you know, he enters the situation. Let me say that. But this is a God, right? This is a God. Scientifically, the X, Y, Y, the man does the X and the Y. So the man is the one that determines whether the woman, and whether the woman that he plants his seed in, whether it turns out to be a boy or a girl, right? A male or a female. That's when it determines that. So he switched everything around and said the woman is the one to give man sperm. Now, for all the vids that we have taken down and all the things that happen, you know, the WHO and misinfo, why do they allow guys like this to bring these doctrines into the so-called black community? Because there's no black community, but amongst our people, so to speak. Why do they allow those videos to stay up? Why would they even consider a video like that unless it's designed to destroy us? We had a young man come to the camp and said his grandmother was stronger than me. And I was like, well, that would make the world record. And she could whip my ass. And she's like, I don't know how old, but, you know, this is what he said. So the delusion is real. And, you know, without men in a household, not that a mother couldn't raise a son. I've seen instances where mothers raised sons. Some of us came up in the single family homes, right? I never had a father in my life, you know, but I did have male role models, and they didn't know very much. So you had to learn along the way how to be a man. This is 1 Corinthians 6:9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, right, shall not enter into the kingdom, right? So I looked up this word, effeminate. It means soft to the touch. Cantonile, of a cantonile or Canaanite. Let me see what they say. Of a Canaanite. Let's look that up real quick. You know, these doctrines, you know, we bring them out, but I had to do a video on this. The name of a beloved cupbearer, Jupiter, a boy used in perdacity. I don't know. It's a lot to this definition. Let's see what it say. It says a union of males with males. Sodomy of man with boy. Okay. Pederasty. It's probably where they get pedophile. Pederasty. Let me see if I can look up this word. That's what I said. A lot of these guys, they have some issues going on, man. They have issues like that nature boy. That nature boy, he was a prime example.
Pederast.
Okay.
Pederast.
Pederasty, and it says pederasty on here. Okay, so let's read some comments. I'd like to see what a couple of these comments say. This is Miss Daniels, a woman. She says, as a woman, I can attest, this sounds crazy as hell. When you push this doctrine, you take the very nature away from women. Even a woman that are feminists who want to lead or wants to be in control to some degree want some headship of a man some kind of way, right? They all in control until something go wrong, until they catch the flat tire or the hot water heater doesn't work or the car doesn't start, right? And even the ones who feel they can run their own households, they want a man with them that can lead. although it's all wicked the way they're promoting it, they must make more money than they make, and so forth and so on. So women don't even really follow this. You know who follow this? There's a certain sector of women who will follow this, because you got guys like this who doesn't even treat their own women right. And what they'll do is they'll make money off of uplifting of the black woman God, right? So the woman will support him, and he will make a lot of money, and then he'll use that money in turn to take care of other women, and then it's a revolving cycle. But for the rest of the world, people who adopt to this false ideology, then what happens? You start screwing them over, because now these men that may not have that kind of influence, their women are looking at them like they're gods. And there's no other woman on this planet in a whole race of nature, right, or nation, are going around calling themselves gods. The black woman is God. So what, the Sudan woman too, with the mouth plates and all that stuff? So all black women are gods because they got melanin? Yeah, come on, man. Where do you draw the line with black? How light do they have to be when they're not, to make them not a god? Anyway, this is another woman. I was raised by a single mother with two younger sisters, 40-year-old now, and with two boys. I can say that this young male feminist is lost. Do not follow this child. Another one says, this is another woman, the neutered man, Andrea Stone, or Indira Stone, or something like that. The neutered man needs to consider the facts that hell is an actual place and it's unbearably hot, which no such thing as hell, right? That is, again, another Roman Catholic form of doctrine, which they took from Gehenna of Israel when they dug the pit, and they would burn the filth on, situations I can't see on camera, but they would burn the flames and certain such and so forth. They would throw them in the pit and set them on fire, or the trash or whatever, right? Like your minefields. Your the trash landfills. That would be considered hell, right? So that's where you get when you burn trash that's in the ground, right? That would be considered hell fire, okay? So anyway, this dude and Devin says this dude is a simp to the 10th power. I am so embarrassed for him exposing his miseducation. Yeah, this guy. And this is what happened when you listen to Brother Reggie in the Serenetta community. This doctrine is nothing more than a Virgin Mary, Queen of Heaven doctrine. But what they managed to do is fuse that, because remember, Christianity took it from the Babylonian Egyptian worship. So did Islam, because they all kind of fused in together. This sick behavior, man. 1 Peter 3:7, likewise, ye husbands, dwell as them, talking about your woman, according to knowledge, giving honor to the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers may not be hindered. Now remember, in the book of Revelation, Yahushua said, I'm the root and the offspring of David, the seed of David. So what is a seed? This also, that virgin birth, Queen of Heaven, Christian doctrine, we see that again. The Messiah was created by another man, right? He came through the loins of Joseph. And see, when you do that and you're saying it had nothing to do with Joseph, it was the virgin birth, here we go. That's this, like when you believe in a virgin birth, you are believing the black woman is God. That's what you're believing. It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing, right? The seed, let's look at the word seed. The seed says offspring, progeny, posterity. Now rare or archaic except the biblical use, meaning that which is anything springs, Latin begins. It says from the 14th century, the act of timing sowing, the meaning semen, male, fecundating fluid, fecundating fluid. Also, now IARC, this is the online etymology, archaic of biblical for the sporting sense, seed, right? Sown seed, bearing seed. So this man said there's no such thing as a seed. Well, it comes from the Latin sperm, spermia. I'm not gonna go on and on about that. I just wanted to make the video to show how really sick people are in these doctrines that they claim. When they hear the Bible say something contrary to what they teach, they're going to say they don't believe in the Bible. Then they go with their own Islam or whatever. Brother Polite followed. I can't remember what he followed. He had something called the New Covenant and the Wapians and whatever crap. That's all I have on that. Shalom.